Carrie, I want to say you played Natalie in Memento, that whole scene where you said, I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
That was a life changer for me, and reason why I got interested in entertainment, covering film.
Somebody just told me the same thing at another something, I forget.
I know you've said that The Matrix made your career, but I was wondering what that movie meant to you creatively, looking back on it today.
Honestly, I think that's my best work. I'm pretty good at judging my own work, and I'm immensely proud of that. And I remember shooting it. It was like 8 days, I think I shot, and it was like this magical vortex that I entered into creatively at that particular moment in time. I was just ready. Guy, Pearce, and then Christopher Nolan. It's like the stars aligned, and I just felt like I stepped into that reality and lived in that world for those 8 days, and it was effortless from action to cut, completely effortless. And I have never had that experience since then. Like where you kind of like it just completely surprised me. Everything was so in the moment. And that's personally what I strive to do. And like, for instance, like in The Matrix, like it's not that style. It's a very different style. It's very, you're right, it's just much more, at least the first three, like very, there's a particular stillness to that character. It's not really me at all. It's kind of, but with Natalie, the character, it was just like freedom. Like I remember when I like spit into that thing, like it was just like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Or even that scene, that scene was like freedom. Like there was no way to do that wrong, because then she walks out and she's like, hey, right? Like so manipulative, and yet, I don't know, I loved it. I loved it. It was so much fun. Thanks for reminding me.
I didn't see her quite up that way.
I forgot how much I loved it. It was just,
I registered an acting class the next semester just based on that.
I remember when I read it, like when I read that scene, I was literally like wishing I was reading it alongside someone so I could say, oh my God, oh my God. And I said, I have to do that movie because of that scene. I did that movie because of that scene.
That's awesome. Since the Matrix movies, has black become your color of choice?
I just like to wear it, I try to go like, my soul is like
is a rainbow.
Is a girl barefoot in like a long flowy dress, but it doesn't actually work on me. Like I do it in my own life, but like I don't know, I just kind of like to wear black. I just enjoy it. I think it looks good on me.
Yeah,
it works
definitely.
on me, my coloring and stuff.
So Kevin told us that the story basically follows right along with the family that y'all are kind of heads of here. Tell us a little bit about what's it like being like the main focus of the story.
Me?
Yeah,
The Matrix.
both of you. Tell me a story.
Yeah.
He's asking you.
You're asking me.
Both of you.
I just talked. It's your turn.
Kevin told us like the whole story kind of stems out from your family.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all the three. I'm the matriarch, and then I have 3 children, and she is my middle child, and she's going down one of the fairy tales, and then my other daughter, whose character's name is Ashley, that's Beauty and the Beast, and then my son Jackson is Cinderella.
But our family dynamic really does root the entire show. And it is very interesting to see what our relationship is with our mother, because it is very different for each sibling. And for me specifically, we see this girl who seems to have it all together, but really, the weight of her family is on her shoulders, and she's trying to anchor her family desperately and to keep it all together, but really her personal life is really falling apart. And you start to see that unravel throughout the season, which is a nice turn for my character.
I mean, because both of you obviously have done action, you were Ray and Supergirl, obviously with Matrix, and I was wondering, it sounds like it's very much family dynamic, is there any kind of action scenes or sort of fight type scenes or anything like that we see?
Conversation, that we get to be humans, and we get to be people, and that we don't, you know, there, like you were saying, you have that stillness, you know, in the Matrix, and I had to have that stillness as well with Rain, and we just get to be family, and that's the most complicated thing. You know,
you kind of breathe in it. You know what I mean? It's like you're not holding your breath. You're just kind of like
doing it
to be real in a way, which sounds like, well, duh, but sometimes you don't get to do that. Sometimes, yeah.
Did you have any kind of family bonding time?
It just sort of happened naturally. I think when you're open and you do what we do for work, like that's our job, you know, is just to be super open, take what you're dealing with in your real life, try to bring it into the work. If you can't, you got to pull it out of somewhere, and then you ultimately, all of your technique you put to the side, and you hope you can work off the other actor. And I think that's pretty effortless on this show. And we all just have gotten to know each other over this time.
Are there any funny moments that you can tell us that may have happened on set that we don't know
I'm
about?
terrible at that. I can't remember. I'm sure there.
I mean, Paul and I lost our shit yesterday together because we had grass everywhere, we were rolling around, and I said something like a truck driver. He's like, "What did you just say?" And and we just couldn't pull it together, and we were, you know, racing the clock, and those are the moments that, you know, you're like, "Well, we're human. Like, what do you want?" It's been really great. We have an incredible cast. Everybody, there's just no drama. It's pretty easy.
Have you changed?
One last question.
I was curious what your own process was for choosing certain projects. Like, I know for you, Carrie, you took some time away and then you just came back just like a storm. Paul Guard and then this story. So it's like, how do you go about choosing different projects?
Well, you know, somebody was asking us over there that question, and I have to be honest and say that every time it's something, it's such a unique reason why you take jobs. You know what I mean? Why you say yes. And sometimes it's timing. I mean, it's always a mixture. Creativity. Obviously, Kevin Williams is a big draw. I like the 10 episode. I like the beginning, the middle, and the end, so that it's not like you're living in TV limbo land, wondering whether or not you're going to get picked up again. I like that. And then, and I like the character. And then, but you sign on to a TV show, you read one episode, you don't know it's gonna. So you just, it's a job, right? It's how I support my family. So I go to work, and I pick my jobs based on many different things. This particular one, definitely Kevin was at the forefront. Yeah. How about you?
I agree. I think that people tend to forget sometimes that we're just trying to do our best, and providing for our family is a really big part of that as well.
I think they romanticize actors like that we don't need to work or something like that. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's all just fun.
Yeah, like we're just like sitting there eating grapes and trying to decide like when our next role is gonna be,
And people make decisions for our children, and we have kids, and we are, and we have to make those choices. And I agree, Kevin Williamson is incredible, and he's such a generous human, and he has given us the space to be creative. But, there are a lot of factors that come into play. 10 episodes is really wonderful for having a family,
and a big cast too, so that we can
go back.
Not away very often for too long. Yeah, it's a big deal.
When I interviewed John Voight, he mentioned how early on in his career he was always worried that whatever role he was doing might be his last one. And I was wondering, because what you were speaking about acting now, if you ever felt that way.
I never feel like that, but I do know that it's a business and that it's a tough business. So I don't take it for granted, you know what I mean? It's like, I love what I do. I love telling story. I love being part of storytelling. Like I feel so grateful. It's all I've ever wanted to do. And I'm so grateful I get to go to work, but I don't hold it too precious either. It's like, I learn so much about myself every job that I do. Like, I look at more about who I grow into being doing a job than the finished product, because I have no control over the finished product, but I do have control over who I am. So that's what I always look at when I work. It's not like, oh, is it going to be award winning? Is it going to be all that? Because you don't know. You never know.
Nailed it.
Thank you all very much.
Can I just say,
Thanks, Carrie.